What if I told you that some ordinary-looking U.S. presidential $1 coins could secretly be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars? Yes, the same golden coins most people pass off as pocket change might actually hide unbelievable value. Collectors whisper about rare errors, hidden varieties, and mysterious versions that turned a simple dollar into a life-changing treasure. But which ones are truly valuable, and which ones are just surrounded by hype? Well, today we're uncovering the truth behind 4 remarkable presidential $1 coins, each with its own story, design, and real worth. So stay with me till the very end, because you might be surprised to learn that one of these coins in your own collection could be worth far more than you ever expected. Our first coin on this journey is the U.S. presidential $1 coin featuring James Madison, the 4th President of the United States. Our first coin in today's video is one that has sparked countless talks, online debates, and even dreams of hidden fortune, the U.S. presidential $1 coin featuring James Madison, the 4th President of the United States. Some say this simple golden coin could be worth millions of dollars, while others call it nothing more than pocket change. But what's the real truth? Could this James Madison dollar in your collection be worth a fortune? Or is it another coin surrounded by exaggerated tales? Stay tuned till the end, because in this video, we're uncovering every detail, every mystery, and the real value behind the James Madison presidential $1 coin. Let's start from the beginning. The James Madison presidential $1 coin was released in 2007 as part of the U.S. Mint's ambitious presidential $1 coin program, a project designed to honor each of America's presidents in the order they served. Madison's coin was the 4th release in this iconic series, following George Washington, John Adams, and Thomas Jefferson. And it wasn't just another dollar. It was a small golden tribute to one of the greatest political thinkers in American history, a man known as the Father of the Constitution. When the coin was first introduced, collectors rushed to grab it. The U.S. Mint released it in both Philadelphia, P, and Denver, D mints, striking millions of pieces that shimmered with a golden hue, made of a manganese brass-clad composition. The design alone was something special. The obverse, or front side, features a dignified portrait of James Madison, designed and sculpted by Don Everhart, one of the Mint's most renowned artists. His expression is thoughtful and resolute, perfectly capturing Madison's calm intellect and vision. Around his portrait, you'll find the inscriptions. James Madison, 4th President, 1809 to 1817. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the Statue of Liberty, her torch held high, a symbol of freedom and the very ideals Madison helped define when he drafted the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. But what makes this coin truly stand out is its edge lettering, something rare in U.S. coinage. Instead of putting all the words on the front or back, the Mint engraved key details around the edge, including E pluribus unum, in God we trust, the year 2007, and the Mint mark, either P or D. However, this creative feature led to unexpected surprises. In the early production runs, some coins accidentally missed the edge lettering entirely. This meant the coin came out smooth, no inscriptions at all. These rare coins became instantly famous as the godless dollars. So when people discovered some James Madison coins without edge inscriptions, the rumors began. Some claimed these godless versions were worth tens of thousands, even millions of dollars. And that's where the myths took off. But before we separate fact from fiction, let's appreciate the man behind this masterpiece, James Madison himself. James Madison was born in 1751 in Virginia. He was one of the most intelligent minds of his time, small in stature but giant in ideas. Madison was the chief architect of the U.S. Constitution and one of the key authors of the Federalist Papers, a series of writings that explained and defended the Constitution's design. As the 4th President of the United States, 1809 to 1817, Madison led the country through the War of 1812 against Britain, a war that tested America's young independence. Though his presidency faced challenges, Madison's influence on the nation's founding principles was undeniable. He believed in checks and balances, religious freedom, and the power of a united republic, values that still define the United States today. So when you hold this coin, you're holding more than metal. You're holding a miniature monument to one of America's greatest thinkers. Now, let's get back to the rumors and the truth behind this coin's worth. When the James Madison presidential $1 coin hit circulation, the internet lit up with bold claims. Madison dollar worth $1.2 million. Rare error coin found in pocket change. And godless Madison dollar makes collector a millionaire. Sounds exciting, right? But here's what's really true. Most James Madison presidential $1 coins are worth around $1, their face value. They were minted in large quantities, tens of millions, meaning they're common in circulation. However, there are a few key exceptions that make certain coins more valuable. 1. Missing edge lettering error, the godless dollar. This is the most famous variety. Because of a production mistake, some coins skipped the edge lettering process, leaving the edges smooth. Collectors love these because they represent one of the earliest major errors in the presidential $1 coin program. A James Madison coin with missing edge lettering can be worth between $100 and $1,000, depending on its condition and grading. Some pristine examples graded MS 65 or higher have sold for several $100s at auction. 2. Double edge lettering error. Another rare variety occurs when the edge inscriptions were applied twice, slightly out of alignment. These coins show doubled letters when examined carefully, often visible under magnification. Their value ranges from $150 to $400, again depending on grade and visual clarity. 3. Proof coins, S mint mark. Now, if your coin has an S mint mark, it's from San Francisco, and it's not an ordinary circulation coin. These proof coins were struck specifically for collectors, with a mirror-like surface and sharp details. A PR 70 proof coin, that's a perfect grade, can fetch $15 to $25, while lower-grade proofs typically sell for $3 to $10. 4. High-grade uncirculated coins. Even regular P and D mint coins can have premium value if they're in excellent condition. Coins graded MS 66 can reach $10 to $20, while MS 67 or MS 68 examples, the highest quality, may bring $40 to $80 at auctions. Now let's address the million-dollar story directly. No James Madison $1 coin has ever sold for $1 million in any official auction. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections have recorded hundreds of sales, but the prices never reached even a fraction of that rumored figure. The million-dollar myth started circulating online around 2010, mostly from clickbait posts and videos that confused early minting errors with extreme rarity. While the error coins are indeed valuable, they're not that valuable. So yes, some Madison coins can fetch impressive sums, but not $1 million. But let's not underestimate its true worth. Because this coin tells an important chapter in U.S. coinage history. The Presidential $1 Coin Program launched in 2007 under the Presidential $1 Coin Act of 2005. The goal was to honor U.S. presidents while encouraging the use of dollar coins instead of paper bills. Each year, 4 presidents were featured in the order they served, and Madison, being the 4th president, completed the program's debut year. The coin weighs 8.1 grams, has a diameter of 26.5 millimeters, and a smooth, golden finish thanks to its manganese brass composition. The U.S. Mint struck over 87 million Madison coins combined from both mints, so finding one isn't rare, but finding one in flawless condition or with an error certainly is. Here's something most people don't know. When this program began, the Mint expected Americans to use these coins in everyday transactions, just like quarters or dollar bills. But that never happened. The public preferred paper money, and soon billions of these presidential dollars, including Madison's, piled up in government vaults, never seeing circulation. By 2011, the Mint actually suspended circulation production because there were too many unsold coins. This turned the series into more of a collector's treasure than a functional currency, a short-lived experiment that left behind a stunning legacy of artistry and history. So, how can you check if your James Madison presidential $1 coin might be valuable? Here's what you should do. Keycap 1. Inspect the edge carefully. If it's missing lettering or has doubled text, congratulations, you may have an error coin. Keycap 2. Look for the mint mark. P for Philadelphia, D for Denver. Both are common. S indicates a proof coin. Keycap 3. Check the condition. If your coin looks flawless, no scratches, no dull spots, it might qualify as mint state. Keycap 4. Avoid cleaning. Polishing or wiping the coin can destroy its collector value completely. Keycap 5. Get it graded. If you suspect you've got something special, send it to a grading company like PCGS, NGC, or annax. Professional grading confirms authenticity and sets its market value. Now let's talk about the design symbolism once more, because it's worth appreciating. The use of the Statue of Liberty on the reverse wasn't just for beauty. It represented the light of freedom, something Madison believed could only exist when laws protected citizens' rights. The golden color wasn't real gold, but it was intentional, to give the coin a rich, presidential feel. And the edge inscriptions were a modern nod to early U.S. coins that carried lettering around the rim, a feature rarely used in modern coinage. Every small design choice was made to make this dollar stand out, not just as money, but as a piece of history you could hold in your hand. Today, collectors still seek complete sets of the presidential $1 series. Many display them in albums, while others store them in airtight capsules to preserve that golden luster. If you have the James Madison coin, you already own one of the most meaningful pieces from that collection, representing the very foundation of American democracy. So, let's finally answer the big question. Is your James Madison presidential $1 coin worth a fortune? If it's a normal circulation coin, probably not. It's worth around $1. If it's uncirculated or in mint condition, maybe $5 to $15. If it's a proof coin, $10 to $25. If it's an error coin, missing or double-edged lettering, it could reach hundreds, even close to $1,000 in rare cases. But $1 million coin? That's just a myth. Still, the true value of this coin can't be measured in dollars. It represents the legacy of a man who gave America its Constitution, who shaped freedom and governance for centuries to come. Holding it is like holding a piece of history, a direct link to the ideals that made the United States what it is today. So even if it doesn't make you rich, it definitely makes your collection richer in meaning. So, the next time you come across that gleaming golden dollar with James Madison's thoughtful face, take a moment to appreciate it. You're not just looking at a coin. You're looking at the story of democracy, leadership, and the brilliance of a founding father. And who knows? Maybe in the years to come, as collectors rediscover the charm of this short-lived series, your James Madison dollar might just surprise you after all. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe and stay tuned, because in the next part of this series, we'll talk about another fascinating presidential dollar coin and uncover its secrets, its design, and the truth behind its rumored value. Our second coin in today's video is one of the most powerful and respected coins from the entire presidential $1 series, the Abraham Lincoln Presidential $1 coin. It's a coin that instantly grabs attention, not only because of the man it honors, but because of the rumors surrounding its value. You may have heard stories about this golden coin selling for hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars, and collectors rushing to find one in their drawers. But is there really a fortune hiding in your change? Or is this another case of myth outshining the truth? Stay with me till the end, because we're about to uncover the secrets, the design, the history, and the real worth behind the Abraham Lincoln Presidential $1 coin. This coin was released in 2010 as part of the U.S. Mint's Presidential $1 coin program, which began in 2007 to honor every U.S. president in the order they served. By the time Lincoln's coin came out, the program had already featured iconic leaders like George Washington, John Adams, and Thomas Jefferson. But the Abraham Lincoln coin was different. It was special. Lincoln isn't just another president. He's one of America's greatest heroes, the man who held the nation together during its darkest days, ended slavery, and redefined freedom. So when the U.S. Mint released this coin, collectors everywhere knew it would become one of the most treasured pieces of the entire series. Let's begin with the design, because this coin's details tell a story of strength and honor. The obverse, front, features a striking portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed and sculpted by Don Everhart, who also created the Statue of Liberty design used on all presidential $1 coins. In this portrait, Lincoln looks dignified and resolute, the face of a man who carried the weight of a divided nation. Around the portrait are the inscriptions. Abraham Lincoln, 16th President, 1861 to 1865. Flip the coin to the reverse, and you'll see the familiar Statue of Liberty, a universal symbol of freedom and the perfect companion to Lincoln's legacy. Along the edge of the coin, you'll find the distinctive inscriptions that make this series unique. E pluribus unum. In God we trust. The year of minting, 2010. And the mint mark, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco proof coins. Now, before we dive into values and rarity, let's pause for a moment and remember who Abraham Lincoln truly was, because his story gives this coin its soul. Born in 1809 in a humble log cabin in Kentucky, Lincoln's rise to greatness was built on determination, honesty, and deep compassion for others. He taught himself law, entered politics, and in 1860 became the 16th President of the United States, just as the country was tearing itself apart over slavery. During his presidency, Lincoln led America through the Civil War, preserved the Union, and signed the Emancipation Proclamation, freeing millions of enslaved people. His words, like the Gettysburg Address, became timeless symbols of liberty and equality. But tragedy struck when he was assassinated in 1865, making him the first U.S. president to be killed in office. It's because of this incredible legacy that the Abraham Lincoln presidential $1 coin holds such emotional and historical value, far beyond its face value. Now, let's talk about those million-dollar rumors. You may have seen claims that some Lincoln $1 coins sold for over $1 million, or that rare golden Lincoln dollars exist that can change your life overnight. Well, let's uncover the truth behind the hype. The Abraham Lincoln presidential $1 coin was minted in very large numbers. In 2010, the Philadelphia Mint, P, produced over 49 million coins, and the Denver Mint, D, made over 48 million. So, in total, around 97 million Lincoln coins entered circulation, which means they're not rare by default. But as with every coin, certain versions, conditions, and minting errors can make specific pieces highly collectible and valuable. 1. Missing edge lettering, godless dollar error. Just like earlier coins in the presidential $1 series, some Lincoln coins came out without the edge inscriptions, missing the phrases, "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum." These smooth edge coins are rare and were caused by the same minting mistake that created the famous early, godless dollars. If you find one of these in mint state condition, it could be worth between $100 and $500, depending on grading. 2. Double edge lettering error. Another rare and fascinating variety occurs when the coin went through the edge lettering machine twice, slightly misaligned. These coins have doubled text around the edge and are collectible error pieces valued at $150 to $400. 3. Proof coins from San Francisco, S mint mark. If your Lincoln dollar has an S mint mark, it's a proof coin. Proof coins are made for collectors, not for circulation. They have sharper details and mirror-like surfaces. A perfect PR 70 Lincoln proof coin can sell for $15 to $25, while lower-grade proofs usually range from $3 to $10. 4. High-grade uncirculated coins. Even regular circulation coins can be valuable if they're in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins graded MS-66 can be worth $10 to $20, MS-67 coins can go for $30 to $50, and ultra-rare MS-68 pieces can reach $80 to $120 or more. Now let's clear up the million-dollar mystery once and for all. There is no official record of any Abraham Lincoln presidential $1 coin ever selling for $1 million. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stacksbowers have sold high-grade versions, but the top prices rarely go beyond a few $100s. The million-dollar coin stories floating online are usually clickbait or misunderstandings. They often confuse modern Lincoln dollars with older, extremely rare coins, like the 1943 copper Lincoln penny, which is sold for huge amounts. But the 2010 Lincoln presidential $1 coin is not one of those. So while your coin won't make you a millionaire overnight, it can still hold great collector and sentimental value, especially if it's an error or proof version. Now let's look at how this coin fits into the bigger story of the U.S. Mint's presidential $1 coin program. When the program started in 2007, it aimed to honor every deceased U.S. president in order. Each year, 4 coins were released, and in 2010, the lineup included Millard Fillmore, Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan, and finally, Abraham Lincoln. Because Lincoln's legacy is so powerful, his coin became the most popular release of that year. Collectors rushed to buy rolls, bags, and proof sets, and many sold out quickly from the Mint's website. The coin weighs 8.1 grams, has a diameter of 26.5 millimeters, and is made of manganese brass, giving it that rich golden color. Its composition is the same across all presidential $1 coins, but Lincoln's image makes his coin stand out more than most. An interesting fact. The release of this coin came during the Lincoln bicentennial era, celebrating 200 years since his birth, 1809 to 2009. The year before, in 2009, the U.S. Mint had already honored Lincoln with the 4 different reverse designs on the Lincoln cent, showing scenes from his life. So by 2010, when the Lincoln presidential $1 coin arrived, the nation's admiration for him was already at a peak, making this dollar one of the most highly anticipated releases in modern U.S. coin history. Now, let's discuss collectability and tips for identifying valuable Lincoln dollars. If you're checking your collection or pocket change, here's what to do. Keycap 1. Inspect the edge carefully. Look for missing or doubled lettering. These errors are what collectors crave. Keycap 2. Check the mint mark. P and D are common, but S indicates a proof coin. Keycap 3. Look for high luster and sharp details. A bright golden shine and minimal wear suggest a higher mint state. Keycap 4. Avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning ruins the surface and kills collector value instantly. Keycap 5. Consider professional grading. If your coin looks exceptional, submit it to PCGS or NGC for official certification. Beyond value, though, this coin carries a powerful emotional story. Lincoln's leadership, his compassion, and his fight for equality make this dollar not just a collectible, but a symbol of hope and freedom. The Statue of Liberty on the reverse connects perfectly with Lincoln's vision, a free nation of the people, by the people, for the people. Every element, from his determined expression to the shimmering golden tone, makes this coin one of the most meaningful tributes ever struck by the U.S. Mint. Now, let's talk about rarity and market trends. While most Lincoln $1 coins remain inexpensive, their numismatic demand continues to grow among new collectors. Complete presidential dollar sets, especially those including error coins or proof issues, are becoming popular again. The value may not skyrocket overnight, but over time, high-grade and unique versions could appreciate steadily. And because Lincoln's image has enduring appeal, his coin will likely remain one of the most collected in the entire series. Let's be honest, the Abraham Lincoln presidential $1 coin isn't going to make you a millionaire. But it is a piece of living history, a tribute to courage, leadership, and freedom. Its true value lies not only in what it's worth today, but in what it represents: the strength to hold a nation together and the belief that all people are created equal. So if you own this coin, take pride in it. You hold in your hands a miniature monument to one of the greatest men who ever lived. And if you're lucky enough to have one of those rare minting errors, congratulations, you might be holding a coin worth a few $100s. But even if it's a regular $1 version, keep it safe. Because some treasures aren't about money, they're about meaning. So, the next time you see that golden dollar with Abraham Lincoln's determined gaze, remember, it's not just a coin. It's a story of unity, equality, and the dream that one man turned into a nation's destiny. And who knows? As collectors rediscover the presidential $1 series, maybe one day, the humble Lincoln dollar might shine brighter than ever. Thanks for watching, and make sure to stay tuned, because in the next part of our series, we'll reveal another remarkable presidential dollar and uncover whether its rumored fortune is fact or fiction. Our third coin in today's video is one that's wrapped in mystery, rumors, and golden shine: the 2009 William Henry Harrison presidential $1 coin. Now, you might have seen this coin before, that beautiful golden dollar with a bold portrait of a serious-looking man. But have you ever wondered if that small coin could actually be worth a fortune? Some collectors whisper that this coin has hidden treasures, that a rare version of it could make you thousands, even millions of dollars richer. But is that really true? Is there a secret behind the 2009 William Henry Harrison presidential dollar coin that most people don't know? Well, stay with me till the end, because the truth might surprise you. Let's begin the story behind this golden piece of history. This coin is not just a dollar, it's a tribute to America's 9th president, William Henry Harrison, who became famous for all the wrong reasons, and still left behind one of the most interesting presidential stories ever told. The presidential $1 coin program began in 2007 with a mission to honor every U.S. president by minting a golden dollar in their name. And in 2009, the first coin of that year was this one, William Henry Harrison's presidential dollar coin. But before we get into its design and value, let's take a step back in time, to 1841. William Henry Harrison was a war hero, known as Old Tippecanoe. He was admired for his military victories and leadership. When he won the presidency, Americans had high hopes. But his time as president was shockingly short. Harrison caught pneumonia shortly after giving the longest inaugural speech in U.S. history, and just 31 days later, he passed away. He served the shortest presidency in American history. And that's exactly what makes this coin so powerful. It doesn't just represent a man, it represents a story of ambition, tragedy, and the fragility of leadership. Now, let's look at the design of the coin, because the details tell their own tale. The obverse side, or the front, proudly displays William Henry Harrison's portrait. It was designed and sculpted by talented U.S. Mint artists Joseph Mena and Phoebe Hemphill. Harrison's expression on the coin is calm but strong, a look of a man destined for greatness. Surrounding his portrait are the inscriptions, William Henry Harrison, 9th President, and 1841. The reverse side, the back of the coin, features a majestic image of the Statue of Liberty with the inscriptions, United States of America, and $1. This design, by Don Everhart, was used on all the coins in the presidential $1 series, symbolizing the unity of the nation under liberty. But there's something very unique about these coins, something that makes them stand out from almost all others. Unlike traditional coins, the date, mint mark, and inscriptions like E pluribus unum and In God We Trust are not printed on the front or back. They are engraved on the edge of the coin. Yes, right along that smooth golden edge, there's tiny lettering circling the coin. And this feature became both famous and infamous. Why infamous? Because this is where the million-dollar rumors began. During production, a small batch of William Henry Harrison coins was accidentally struck without any edge lettering at all. No date. No In God We Trust. Nothing. These plain edge coins were quickly nicknamed godless dollars. The mistake happened because the edge lettering was applied in a separate step, and a few coins somehow skipped that process. When collectors discovered them, the market went wild. People started selling these error coins online for hundreds of dollars, and soon enough, rumors began spreading that some were worth thousands, even millions. News stories picked it up, and the William Henry Harrison dollar became one of the most talked about coins of the 2009 release. But before you start checking your wallet and dreaming of buying a mansion, let's talk about the truth. The majority of 2009 Harrison coins are common. They were minted in the tens of millions at both the Philadelphia P and Denver D mints. Most of them today are only worth their face value, $1. However, certain versions can fetch a good price. If your coin is in uncirculated condition, that is, shiny, scratch-free, and preserved just as it left the mint, it could sell for around $3 to $8. If it's a proof version from the San Francisco Mint S, with that mirror-like shine, it might go for $10 to $20. And if you're one of the lucky few who has a genuine missing edge lettering error coin, then congratulations. You could be holding something worth anywhere between $100 and $500, depending on its condition and certification. Some verified examples, graded by professional agencies like PCGS or NGC, have even sold for over $800. That's a far cry from $1 million, but it's still an amazing return for a coin most people ignore. Another rare variety is the double-edge lettering error, where the coin went through the lettering machine twice. This creates overlapping inscriptions around the rim, and these can sell for $50 to $300, depending on rarity and grade. Now, let's not forget, the presidential $1 coins, including this one, were made from a special manganese brass alloy, giving them that warm golden glow. They're not real gold, of course, but the shine and weight make them look and feel more valuable than most dollar coins. The U.S. Mint stopped producing presidential $1 coins for circulation in 2011 because people just didn't use dollar coins in everyday life. But they kept making collector versions. And that means your Harrison coin represents a time when the Mint tried to reconnect Americans with their own history, through coins that told the story of every president. So, how much can your 2009 William Henry Harrison coin be worth today? Let's break it down clearly. Circulated coins, $1 to $2. Uncirculated, mint state 65 plus $5 to $10. Proof coins, San Francisco Mint $10 to $20. Error coins, missing edge lettering or double lettering $100 to $500 plus. Top-graded error coins, up to $800 or more. Now that's not exactly a ticket to millions, but it's still a coin with a powerful story. A story of a man who made history in just 1 month, and a coin that keeps that history alive. Collectors love it for more than its value. They love it because it's a symbol of how fragile leadership can be, and how even a single month in power can leave a mark on time. So, Is the 2009 William Henry Harrison presidential dollar a $1 million coin? The honest answer is no, but it is a coin worth keeping. Whether it's for its error versions, its brilliant golden glow, or simply its place in the presidential $1 series, this coin has a legacy all its own. Every time you hold one, remember, it's not just a dollar. It's a story. A story of a president who served for 31 days, a nation that honored him with gold, and a collector's piece that reminds us how sometimes the shortest stories shine the longest. Our fourth coin in today's video is where it all began, the very first coin of an unforgettable U.S. Mint series that celebrated every president in shining golden form. It's the coin that started a nationwide buzz, one that many people claimed could be worth thousands, or even millions, under the right circumstances. I'm talking about the 2007 George Washington presidential $1 coin, the first release in the U.S. Mint's presidential $1 coin program. Now, if you've ever seen this coin, you know it looks royal, a golden dollar, gleaming with the face of the nation's first leader. But behind that shine lies a storm of rumors, controversy, and collector fascination. Could this small golden dollar really make you rich? Are there versions of it that actually sell for huge money? Let's find out, because the story of this coin is just as powerful as the man it honors. When the U.S. Mint launched the presidential $1 coin program in 2007, it aimed to do something special, to bring American history back into people's hands. The idea was to release new $1 coins, each featuring a former U.S. president, in the order they served. And naturally, the program had to begin with the first and perhaps most legendary of them all, George Washington. The George Washington presidential $1 coin was officially released on February 15, 2007. Collectors lined up outside banks, coin enthusiasts buzzed online, and news outlets across the country covered the excitement. After all, this was something brand new, a golden-colored U.S. dollar coin, featuring a president instead of a Native American or symbolic figure. It was history in your palm. But soon after, the coin became even more famous, not just for its beauty, but for its mystery. You see, these coins were unique in one very striking way. For the first time in modern U.S. history, the inscriptions like the year, mint mark, and mottos were not placed on the front or back. They were engraved along the edge of the coin. This new process made the coin stand out, but it also led to one of the biggest minting controversies of the 2000s. A small number of George Washington dollars accidentally left the mint without any edge inscriptions at all. That meant they were completely missing the words, "In God We Trust," "E Pluribus Unum," and the year of minting. Collectors called them the "godless dollars." The name alone made headlines across the country. Some people were outraged, others intrigued, and collectors? They went wild. These error coins were suddenly the talk of the nation. Within days of their release, reports surfaced of people finding them in bankrolls and selling them online for hundreds, even thousands, of dollars. The hype was so intense that some started calling them million-dollar mistakes. And that's where the myth began, the rumor that the 2007 George Washington presidential dollar could be worth a fortune. But before we reveal the truth behind that rumor, let's take a closer look at this fascinating coin. On the obverse front, the coin features a striking portrait of George Washington, America's founding father and first president, who served from 1789 to 1797. His face is strong, calm, and determined, just like the man who helped lead the nation to independence and shape the presidency itself. Around the edge of his portrait, you'll see the inscriptions, George Washington, First President, and 1789 to 1797. The reverse, back, features the iconic Statue of Liberty, designed by Dawn Everhart, her torch held high as a symbol of freedom and enlightenment. The inscriptions, United States of America, and $1, are displayed around the design. This same reverse was used for all presidential $1 coins in the series, tying each one together as part of a united collection. The coin is made of a manganese brass alloy, giving it that signature golden hue, though there's no actual gold in it. It's light, bright, and surprisingly elegant in hand. Now, about those edge inscriptions. This was the first time since the 18th century that a U.S. circulating coin featured lettering on its edge. And while it was meant to be a security feature and a design highlight, it became the coin's most famous flaw. Because when the lettering machine missed its mark, the result was those rare, godless dollars. And those coins became instant collector treasures. Now, let's talk about values, the part we all wait for. In circulated condition, your standard 2007 George Washington presidential $1 coin is worth about $1 to $2. That's it. There were over 340 million of them minted across the Philadelphia, P, and Denver, D facilities, so they're not rare. However, in uncirculated condition, especially if graded MS-65 or higher, the coin's value can climb to around $5 to $10. If you have a proof version, minted at the San Francisco S Mint for collectors, those typically sell for $10 to $20, sometimes more if perfectly preserved. But the real stars are the error coins. The godless dollars, the ones missing the edge inscriptions, are where the real excitement lies. When they were first discovered, they sold for hundreds of dollars each. Some certified examples in perfect condition have sold for as much as $1,000 or more, though prices have settled over time as more were found. Today, depending on condition and certification, these error coins usually range from $100 to $600, still a very impressive return for something originally worth just $1. There are also other rare varieties, like double-edged lettering errors, where the lettering was impressed twice, creating overlapping text around the rim. These can fetch anywhere from $50 to $300, depending on quality and rarity. Now, let's clear up the biggest question. Is the 2007 George Washington presidential $1 coin really a million-dollar treasure? The truth is, no. Most of them are common, easy to find, and still worth face value. But that doesn't mean they're not special. This coin holds immense historical value. It represents the birth of the presidential $1 coin program, the beginning of a decade-long journey that honored every American president, and it captures the face of the man who started it all, George Washington himself. Every time you hold one of these coins, you're holding a piece of history, not just in design, but in meaning. Washington stood for leadership, integrity, and the foundation of a new nation. This coin, in its gleaming gold, reflects all of that and more. And for collectors, it's not just about the money, it's about the story. The controversy of the missing inscriptions, the excitement of finding a rare error in your pocket change, and the beauty of holding something that connects the present to the very birth of America's presidency. So, while your George Washington presidential $1 coin might not buy you a mansion, it's still a treasure in its own right, a symbol of how history and art come together in the smallest things we carry. Whether you have a rare, godless dollar or a shiny, uncirculated version, one thing's certain: this coin will always stand as the first chapter of one of America's most fascinating coin series. Because sometimes, value isn't just measured in dollars, it's measured in legacy.